but not only that, like in order to deal with any problem, you got to go to the root. The root is childhood. The root is that thing that you push far away. And I think that's one of the reasons that it's hard. It's hard to date nowadays.
Right.
Because so many people will not deal with issues that stem from childhood.
Tamara, what's up?
Hey, Khalid.
Hey, Mama. Very excited to have you back. This is actually the first sequel we've ever had to a Kids Don't Forget interview. So very excited to have you back. And you were my first ever interview.
Yes, I was.
I appreciate you for riding with me from the very beginning.
Definitely. And I appreciate you allowing me to be the first to do the sequel. Remember, we talked about that.
Right. How's life been since we did that first filming?
Well, I guess kind of maybe a recap. When we did that filming, I had just cut my hair.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember or not, but it was like very short.
Okay.
Now look at it. That onion juice been working, y'all.
Wow.
But I mean, everything has been good. You know, I've just put out my third book, but first children's book.
Okay.
And then I finally finished the movie.
Okay.
Fall in Love with the Devil.
Really?
Finally
Congratulations.
finished the movie, yes.
You were promoting the book the last time.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And now promoting the movie.
Wow.
And not only the movie, but I wrote a sequel.
Okay.
And the first movie it's in the editing phases.
Okay.
So that's being done now. So I'm ready to get that out there so we can have a premiere and a red carpet and all that type of stuff. But
let me tell you about somebody. She's a hottie and she's pretty with a lot of body. I know you know who I'm talking about, baby. So stop playing, let me take you there. You know the places in your mind that you seem to care. Don't play around and miss this opportunity, baby.
But I done already wrote a sequel. So now, you know, just trying to get some grants or, you know, save up or something like that so that we can get this sequel done as well. I just couldn't stop. On top of other things that I'm in, and I just landed a leading role in a film. So
okay. Congratulations.
I've been busy.
Clearly.
And you seen me play that harp the other day.
You do. You play the harp. You taught yourself, right?
I'm still learning.
Okay.
I'm still learning, but the thing about it is, my best girlfriend Angelita, excuse me, she
Shout out to Angelita.
Yes, girlfriend, that's my girl right there. She had me to play my harp at her party, so her 50th birthday party. But the thing about it is, I've never performed playing that harp in front of nobody, so it was a blessing to sit there and perform Remnants of Love, which is the song that I made specifically for the movie Falling in Love with the Devil.
Okay.
I actually played that at her birthday party.
Were you nervous?
Not really.
Nah.
But I didn't have my glasses on, so it was kind of hard for me to see the strings.
Right.
So I'm doing it from memory and listening. I messed that song up, but I kind of still hit things and kept on going. Somebody always said, nobody know you mess up a song except for you.
Exactly. I played the saxophone growing up, and nobody knew I was making mistakes.
So, you know, they were like, "Oh, it was amazing. It's wonderful. You were good." And inside I'm crying like I messed up. But hey, I played the video back, and it wasn't that bad.
Right.
I knew where I messed up at, but in essence, I redeemed myself, you know, from that. I hit a note, and I know it's wrong. I hit another note, and I just kept on going, and it flowed.
So you're a mother, a self-taught harp player, an actress, a writer,
filmmaker, yeah, production assistant.
You're just an all-around talented woman.
Listen, and I'm enjoying it.
So here's the point. So like a lot of this drive still stems back from growing up, from when you were a kid.
Believe it or not, one of my childhood friends, she said, you know, when we were younger, you always said you wanted to play the instrument that the angels played.
Right.
And I said, she said, and you will always go boom, boom. And I was like, I usually remember a lot of stuff from when I was a kid,
Okay.
but I didn't remember that. I remember saying I wanted to be a belly dancer.
Right. Watching a lot of I Dream of Jeannie.
Yes. And I actually do know how to belly dance. That's another story. But yeah, it just, like I said, it came about when I had that lavish 50th birthday party for myself.
Right.
And I had a harp player there. And that was what I wanted for my birthday.
But all right, so but let's really dig into this. So all of these things that you do you feel, and I'm making this up on the fly, but do you feel that they could potentially be like you were compensating for something that you didn't have? Do you think there, or that you did have, do you feel like there's some sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Some sort of link or correlation to things that occurred or didn't occur in your childhood to why you like to keep yourself so busy and constantly like do new things?
That's a great question. So what I'm going to say is, well, let's recap a little bit. You know I'm an only child.
Right.
My mother's only child.
And it was just you, your mom and you.
Right.
Right? No father in the home.
No
Okay.
father in the home. Basically, I've just always enjoyed doing things, you know,
Okay.
learning new things, keeping myself busy. You know, what do you do when you have all the friends and you're outside, but then when it's raining and you're home by yourself and you're
Right.
only child?
Right.
You have to do things to keep yourself busy. I know that there's some boundaries that I just won't settle on.
Got it.
I just won't. Like, I love everybody, but I know I'm not going to waste somebody's time if they're studying something different from what I believe. It's going to clash. If somebody says, you know, I'm going to work and go to school, and I'm going to do this, and we can build together, but it's versus somebody saying, man, I ain't doing nothing. I'm just going to sit here and play PlayStation all day and wing it.
I was about to say that. It might even be a time thing. You could be selling a fillet. Like, I wanna be with my guy, but you like this dude, but you only see him like one day a week or something like that. Or he works all day, so you guys never spend any time together anyway.
I had a relationship like that, and shout out to Soldier. He lived in Louisiana.
Really? Long distance?
But when I tell you, I never had a chance to miss him.
Okay.
Because we always talked. You know, he was always sending flowers. He always took off and came to Philly and stayed there, you know, for a week or two, you know.
Okay.
Versus some guys that might live 10 minutes away and say, well, I couldn't come to see you because I-95 was too crowded. Like,
Right.
Are you serious? So I'm not worth ride on a 10-minute ride that might turn into 20 minutes because it's traffic.
You can't sit in the traffic
Versus
for
somebody that's paying $300 or $400 round trip to take a 2-hour flight to come visit me and still come and spend money.
me. Right.
Like, come on.
So that's what it is. Like, I think there it is. Like, I want a man who feels like I'm worth sitting in traffic for. Boom. Boom.
And that's just smidgens, small part of it. But I mean, listen, I settled. That's why I made the movie.
Okay.
That's why I wrote the book.
Let's get into that.
Woo.
So three books. So first of all, let's knock the children's book out the way.
This is Mr. Yerbert's Garden.
Okay. What's it about?
So this book is about a man in his garden. Oh, actually, I'll read. This book is a fictional children's book about a man who loves his garden
Okay.
and a pesky raccoon who has a secret. So, there you go.
Okay, got it. What made you write it?
My mother,
Really?
she always wanted to write children's books.
Seriously?
She did.
Oh, so this
She
is a
always
direct
wanted-
reflection of your childhood.
She always wanted to write children's books, and She never did.
Okay.
So, in that settling relationship that I was in,
Right.
there was a lot of good in it.
Okay.
So we're not going to say that it was all bad.
All bad. Right. Right.
But what I will say is one part of that relationship is that I noticed that, like, for instance, some people might think it's kind of weird, but someone saying, can you just freestyle a bedtime story?
Okay.
Some women might be like, this grown man want me to read him a bedtime story? But I looked at it like, okay, when you in love, you do stuff like that.
Okay.
But who knew that me just freestyling a book, just freestyling a story out of the clear blue, I'm like, yo, I'm going to make that into a real book.
Right. We got something here.
And there you have it.
And
So
that's how them stuff happens organically like that when it's not planned. Right. Your first book was Tears of an Only Child.
Yes, this book right here, this is the book that goes into my childhood, infancy, all the way up to adulthood.
Okay.
Basically tells the entire story of my life. Not every nook and cranny, but enough for you to know a lot about me. One thing I'll say about the generational curse thing,
Mm-hmm.
when you deal with something from your childhood and you suppress it and leave it alone, it will haunt you in your adulthood.
Please believe me.
It will haunt you in your adulthood, and you'll see it in your children. And they may experience that same thing. But what you going to do if your child has been touched and you've been touched, but you suppress it, you put it away, and now you find out your child has been touched? How
Right.
do you deal with that? Because now you have to bring that out. You know, but not only that, like, in order to deal with any problem, you got to go to the root. The root is childhood. The root is that thing that you push far away. And I think that's one of the reasons that it's hard. It's hard to date nowadays,
Right.
because so many people will not deal with issues that stem from childhood. But then I start finding out the women in my family were fighters. They fought they men.
Right. Right.
And I can tell you now, it's in the book. I'm not going
Right.
to tell you. But what I will say is, I'm not about that life.
Right.
But I've had more run-ins and fights and physical situations with men than with women.
Wow. Now, does that segue into the Falling in Love with the Devil book?
This right here is let's just say we made a movie out of that.
Right.
Okay.
That's how crazy it was.
Yeah.
Give us some background, like what high level, what is it about?
Falling in Love with the Devil is really it's a love story, really.
Okay.
It's about dating someone that is dealing with mental illness.
Okay.
And the domestic abuse part came with the verbal and the emotional. If you're narcissistic and you only care and love yourself,
Right.
it's all about me, you cannot, you're incapable of loving anybody else other than yourself.
Okay.
The films are phenomenal.
Okay.
But it's not just the films being phenomenal, it's the mere fact that I put my life on screen.
Right.
And I acted in it. Matter of fact, let me take that back. I put my life on screen and I did everything naturally in it. There was no acting in that movie. I played myself. I did me.
So how are people going to view it?
We're working on that, but prayerfully, Peacock, Tubi, Netflix, however. Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't gotten to that point yet, but when we do, I'll let you know. But as of right now, the main goal and the reason why I did this is because I want to help people.
Okay.
I want to help people. I want people to see my story. I care because I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, I'm a role model, I am a woman.
Okay.
I care because I know how I felt.
Tam, we appreciate you coming through. Thank you.
Man, this was something. I appreciate you having me come back. I hope that this interview helps somebody, and I hope that I just hope they enjoy it.
Falling in Love with the Devil. You can get the book, and the movie is coming.